In this series about women and hormones, we're tackling the myths that surround things like testosterone and estrogen, which are often seen as the yin and yang of hormones, and each strictly seem to be associated with its respective gender. I mean, everybody knows women have estrogen and men have testosterone, right? All right, kiddos, here's the deal. People usually think of testosterone as a boys only thing, but guess what? Girls have it too. In fact, girls have way more testosterone than they have another hormone called estrogen, which you might also have heard about. That means testosterone is super important for how girls feel and equally important for keeping them healthy.
Oh, Mr. Hormone, pick me!
Yes, Susie, and thank you for raising your hand.
Daddy said Mommy was a raging bitch before she started hormone therapy.
I've had parent-teacher conference with your mother, and I'd have to agree with your father. Total B word before HRT. So let's talk about the role testosterone plays in women, and more importantly, what happens when a woman's body stops producing enough. So stick with me, because I guarantee if you're a woman over 40, you're going to be like, get out of my head. Prepare to blow your mind. Holy shit, I did not see that coming. Now, testosterone levels in women naturally decline with age. This isn't menopause related, it's more like nature, slowly turning down the volume on your body's soundtrack. And that's nature's job, to spin that dial slowly and methodically until the record stops playing altogether. You know, circle of life stuff.
Isn't he precious? He's so handsome.
Woman, I think you've got some explaining to do.
Oh, look at the time. I've got to do some, things. Sarah B. I'll never forget you. Or our son. I mean your son. Mufasa's son. Oh, shit, gotta go.
But you have the ability to smack nature's hand and take back control of that dial.
I'm telling you.
Now, you can't stop the volume from fading out eventually, but you can certainly make it turn a hell of a lot slower. And this is where testosterone enters the picture, because in the medical community, it often flies under the radar. And why is that? Because frankly, most doctors aren't looking for it. Oh, they'll check for an outright deficiency. But anything in that hazy middle ground, that's ignored as being the normal process of aging. You'll be happy to know I've checked your testosterone levels and they're well within the average range.
Hormone levels critically low. Begin self-destruction.
It's just something you and everyone else your age needs to accept as a transactional cost of doing business. Sort of like a tax you pay for the privilege of breathing. The problem is you feel as though you're stuck in a holding pattern. It's like you're just circling the airport of life. You look down on the ground and see everyone else living, but you feel like you're merely existing. You're basically just waiting to run out of fuel. So let's play a game. I'll give you some symptoms of low testosterone in women, and you tell me when you feel like I'm reading your mind. Number 1, lost interest in sex. It's like you could take it or leave it, but if you're being honest, you'd rather just leave it. Guys, it's not that difficult to get your lady in the mood. I'll give you a second to grab a pencil and some paper before I perform what can only be referred to as the love dance. Believe me, you're going to want detailed notes. Start off with a little music to heat things up.
Watch me go, never slow, make 'em whoa, watch me go.
Nope, not a single tingle. But I'm not entirely sure that has to do with libido, if you know what I mean.
Number 2, I'm not even going to say this one. Just read the screen. But I will say this one has got to be incredibly inconvenient for both you and your partner. In fact, I'm finding it hard to even imagine.
My no moisture policy is stricter than a bag of rice.
And number 3, difficulty reaching orgasm. And that's assuming you even get far enough in the process to notice.
I wonder what's wrong with me. Why can't I seem to, you know? But then again, maybe it's you.
It's really not a big deal, babe. I'm sure it's just your hormones. Let's get them checked this week. Worst case scenario, we rule that out as a potential issue.
Yeah, but like I said, what if it's you?
And I would definitely consider that, but it was a solid 30 minutes of what I would call a decent performance. But I don't want to be presumptuous, so let's defer to the professionals. Judges, can we please get your input?
Great job. Stellar performance.
Fine. I'll make an appointment with Viking to get my testosterone levels checked.
And while we're on the subject, why is sex so important? It's because it's the only thing you and your partner do together that you don't share with anyone else on the planet. It's the difference between being in a loving relationship and having a live-in tax deduction, one that periodically fixes things around the house and occasionally takes out the trash. But let's keep going because we're not even close to being finished. The second category is physical symptoms. The first one's fatigue that hits like a Mack truck. You were just tired all the time.
I don't feel like doing shit today. I'll take a mulligan and maybe do something tomorrow. Can you turn off that light and shut the door on your way out, please?
Then there's insomnia, as if being tired all day wasn't bad enough. So you're tired all day, yet you can't sleep at night. I mean, some of this stuff doesn't even make sense, but it's still a reality for most people over 40. Then there are migraines, and those are the ones that make you question your life choices. They make you question your existence. They're painful, they're recurring, they suck. And then we have weight gain, especially around your midsection.
It didn't matter what I did. Diet, starve, binge. My stomach just kept getting bigger.
Then there's decreased stamina, whether it's in the gym, the bedroom, or just trying to get through the day. You just don't seem to have the oomph to keep going. And lastly, there's joint pain and muscle weakness and a noticeable decline in balance. And those things can happen simultaneously or they can happen independently. And the last category we're going to talk about is mental and emotional symptoms like that spark for life. It's completely MIA. You have no idea when it went. You have no idea if or when it's ever coming back. Then there's depression and low self-esteem. And those two things follow you around like little puppy dogs. You don't feel good about yourself. You look in the mirror and you're like, what has happened to me? You just don't feel like you. Next, there's brain fog so thick you forgot why you walked into the room. You're like, I have absolutely no idea why I'm here. And then there's memory issues that can make you feel like you're losing it, like you're literally going crazy.
Pow.
Does this sound familiar? If it does, you're not alone and you're not imagining things. Low testosterone is real and it's more common than you think. Now, this wasn't a comprehensive list of every symptom, but it's enough to let you know if hormone therapy might be the white knight you've been searching for. You don't need a hero. You just need Viking. But since I'm already here, have you seen a dragon? I still need 13 slaying hours to complete my continuing education courses before my hero license expires at the end of the month. So stick around because upcoming videos will show you how to take back control of your life and feel like yourself again. Because you deserve answers, not just a shrug and a welcome to getting older. Because getting old is inevitable, but feeling old and looking old, that's a choice.